So in the previous topic, we have discussed how to use the HTTP client service class. Now I'm just going to take the data and we are going to show that in the view. Okay, that is in the app.component.ts. We have already got all the to-dos, right? I just want to get all the to-dos and display it in the screen. So to do that, the first thing you all need to understand here is we will see the concept in detail in the lifecycle hooks tomorrow, but I'm just giving you a quick idea on working with lifecycle method. I'm going to use one lifecycle method here in the source app component.ts. Now I'm introducing you one of the lifecycle method called onInit. So I'm implementing onInit. That's an interface which is available in the Angular/core. Okay, and you all know, since it's an interface, we need to compulsorily provide the method of that interface. Control click, it will take you there. This is the method that we are supposed to implement. So copy that and paste it, and we are going to discuss in detail about this later. But as of now, ng-onInit, it's one of the lifecycle method. Okay, this method will be executed when the component is getting initialized. Whenever the component is getting initialized, this method will be the first method to be get executed, and this is the best way, this is the place where we are supposed to initialize the or perform the Ajax related activity. Okay, so I'm just going to take this code, and in the onInit method I'm just pasting it. Let it be this dot to-do service dot get all the to-dos, which is going to return a observable. So obviously we need to subscribe for that. When I subscribe it, I'm just going to get the to-do list, which is of a to-do array type. Okay, sorry, it's a function, right? It takes a function, so it can be written like this. It's going to return a to-do list which is of a to-do array type. We got the data. Now I want to store this in any one of the property, then only we can make access of that, right? So for that, in this component I'm creating a property called to-dos, which is of a to-do array, and I can, if you want, you can initialize it here. This dot to-dos equal to, it's a blank array, then this dot to-dos equal to to-do list. So we have this in this property. Okay, let me try to print it. Console.log this dot to-dos to check this is working or not. Save it. You can see it's still working. So the important point to understand here is, whenever we initialize a component, the code specified in the ng-onInit method, this is one of the lifecycle method. There are similarly 7 more lifecycle methods are there that we are going to discuss in detail tomorrow. So ng-onInit method will be invoked whenever the component is getting initialized. Okay, this is the best place where we are supposed to perform an Ajax related call. Okay, it is before rendering, just before rendering, this method will be get triggered, and I can get the data here, and that data can be persisted in a property called to-dos. Now it is persisted. Once you got this as a property in the local, then it's going to be a very simple stuff. That is, I can take this into my app.component.html. In the app.component.html, here we have this body part. Okay, that is we have the panel, right? In this panel I'm just simply typing to-do list, and in the body we are going to have a table. This table is going to have a table heading, and it is going to have a table row, and this table row is going to have around 4 status are there, right? So into 4, so they are, I want to have the properties like the model, as per the model. First is user ID, then ID, title, completed. Okay, ID, title, and completed status. So we have this 4 property. You can just provide the proper convention. So we have our table ready. Let me show that to you with table heading. So if you want to make this as a bootstrap table, just provide class equal to table, and it should be a responsive table. This is a bootstrap classes. You can see that user ID, ID, title and completed status, and it is a responsive table now. Now I want to have the table body, and the table body is going to have one row. That row is going to have 4 columns, and I want to repeat this row n number of times based on a collection. You all know we need to use one structural directive. What structural directive we are supposed to use here? What structural directive we are supposed to use here to iterate the collection? ng for off. Okay, so this row needs to be repeated, star ng for. So I told you let singular of plural, so let singular is to do of to do's, because we have this to do's as a collection. So we got this, and I can just take that to do dot user ID, to do dot ID, to do dot title, and finally to do dot whether it is completed or not. So it's going to return a boolean value, so I can even use the ternary operator. If it is true, say completed; if not, it's in progress or pending. So it's done. Let me check. Look at this. So we got the data from the service, and we are just populating that in my Angular file.